So your next exam is coming up soon. Let me give you a date for that. And I'll put your practice problems for exam 2 on Blackboard, so look out for that. Start working on the practice problems. I'll get the answer key too. Do not depend on the answer key. Do not study with your answer key open. First, do the problems. If you get it wrong, you can fix it. The best way to learn is by trial and error. That's the best way of learning. When you actually make mistakes, that's how you learn. So it's good to, when you're studying, it's good to make mistakes. So in a couple of weeks, I'll give you the date later, but we have, in 2 weeks your exam will be in 2 weeks. I'll tell you the exact date, but it's in 2 weeks. All right.
Will it cover marginal utility product?
Marginal utility stuff, the income budget line stuff, and cost of production, and it will have competitive markets too. We have one more chapter to cover after cost of production. So.
Question. We need to remember what the quote from Andy Smith is, Adam Smith.
Yeah, I think I told you guys that.
Because I think I did too much time trying to remember that quote.
Yeah. That's good. I think it's on the exam or something. It's somewhere. I don't remember where. Okay, so we're still talking about that. So what is short run in business terms and what is long run? Over which at least one factor of production is fixed. Typically assume that plant capacity is fixed. Or cannot be changed. Output can be changed as a result of hiring more workers. What's long run period of time? In the long run, time is sufficient for firms to adjust all factors of production. Including plant capacity. In long run, every factor of production can be made variable. Industry can grow, shrink, or shut down. Industry firm can grow, shrink, or shut down. So we said some of the factors of production, well, production is turning inputs into outputs, right? And we said that this is something we talked about before. Production is equals to turning inputs into outputs. And we said that inputs are your factors of production. So input could be labor, input could be land, machinery, it could be capital, land or plant capacity would be same thing maybe. So these are some of factors of productions. It's labor, land, machinery, capital. What the time frame is saying that in the short run, you can change labor, you can change machinery, you can change capital, but you cannot change plant capacity. So if a firm is performing or a firm is at a certain location and is producing at that location, in the short run it's hard for them to move the entire production facility to another place, or in the short run to double the size of plant capacity, or somehow just they cannot increase the size of land they are located at. So in the short run, this factor, land or plant capacity, is fixed in the short run. But in the short run, you can change labor, you can hire more workers, hire or fire, you can change machinery, you can, buy more stuff for your production facility. That's all possible. However, in the long run, every factor is changeable. You can change labor, machinery, capital, but you can also change plant capacity in the long run. In the long run, you can decide that we're gonna open up another place in Youngstown, and one more place in Pittsburgh, and one more in Dallas, or whatever. Or we're gonna shut down the one in California, or whatever. So in the long run, plant capacity and your land or where you're doing the business can change. Everything can change in the long run, basically. That's what the definition is saying, that in the long run, everything can change. You can shut down, you can open up new production facilities, you can do everything in the long run. Every factor of production is changeable or variable, can vary. Okay, I want you to calculate these two things for me, please. You can draw this or you don't have to, it's up to you. This is something that's not, like, I don't put this graph on your exam, but it's just to show you. It's good practice to draw, I'll draw it. If you are drawing, the key point about this is that average productivity, so this is marginal productivity. It's starting here at labor 3, this is labor. At labor 3, marginal productivity reaches its peak. After 3, it starts to decline, more so that it even gets negative. So that's marginal productivity curve. Average productivity is a positive slope until it hits marginal productivity. Once it hits marginal productivity, it starts to decline. And then that's total productivity curve. Total productivity increases until 6, labor, and after that starts to decline. Okay, so what did you guys get for marginal productivity? Okay, so for quantity 1, what's the marginal productivity? 3, right? Change in quantity divided by change in labor. For the second one? 5. Third one? 8. 6. 4.
6,
2.
6,
-2, -3. Average productivity, 3, 4, 5.33, 5.50, 5.20, 4.67, 3.71, 2.88. So at labor 3, we can see that marginal productivity is at its peak, it's the highest. After that, it starts to decline. We can also see that average productivity starts to decline after that too. This should actually be Yeah, starts to decline after that too. So I'm gonna erase the graph, okay? Marginal productivity reaches its maximum at the third worker. After which the marginal productivity starts to decrease. Total productivity